Sorry about that. The stream deck failed me tonight. I did actually have audio as soon as I came in, so we're headed in the right direction this evening. Hi, if you don't know me, I am John from Gentlemen of Whiskey, and tonight we've got a super fun guest. We've got Cody from the Bourbon Battalion. I'm going to bring him on in a second, but we're going to go through some comments. We got some early ones. A little old-fashioned in the house. Cheers. How's it doing, buddy? Hey, you need to email me at gentlemanandwhiskey@gmail.com. because I need your address so I can send you your winnings from before. I know I had it somewhere, but I do not know where it is. So I commented that on a YouTube video. So just send me an email at gentlemanandwhiskey@gmail.com. Or if you want to find it, the link is in the description. Go to my link tree and then go to contact me. Beast East 23, what's going on, man? Now the tough choice picking a pour. There are no bad choices when it comes to pours, especially in Jewel Rye when we are drinking mostly ryes, although not tonight. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Cody is a huge weeder guy, so all of his pours are weeders. So that'll be a fun time. Bourbon Bessie's in the house. Jazzy music. Yes, absolutely. So tonight we're doing 2 giveaways. We're doing one for commenting. Just drop a comment. So we already have 3 people in that wheel. And then we're doing one for anyone who is If you are a Patreon or a YouTube membership, you get automatic entry. So there's currently 19 names on that list because Joe Unfiltered went wild last week and gifted a bunch of memberships to my channel. So thank you for that. So that is one way. The other way is to drop a $5 super chat that enters you to win. And then tonight we're giving away Gentleman Whiskey hat. This is for the chat version. Let me get the GoPro rolling. Gentleman Whiskey hat. We are down to the charcoal and black. Those are super fun. We will be giving away pours that Cody is trying tonight. We will also be giving away this whistle. Oh, God. I just dropped that. I haven't even been drinking yet. This 3-pack of Whistle Pig. Now, this is super cool because it actually has the 15-year in it. I found this at the back of my closet while I was cleaning out some stuff. So I'm going to give this away. It's going to be super fun. So any comment, that is now at 4 people on that wheel. Thanks to Andres Gonzalez and the Bourbon Besties. And then, so Cody is actually going to give away something tonight. He's generously added something to the chat wheel for free. So I'm going to let him explain what that is in a second. As far as the paid wheel, you can win pours from tonight. Special stickers. Yeah, I know, flag on the play early. Yeah, I absolutely fumbled that. And then we're going to be giving away another one of these found in the crazy places. This is, can't even get this anymore. This is a 717 Knob Creek Rye pick. So it is a 115 proof Knob Creek. Came in at just under 10 years old, and it's fantastic. So definitely worth dropping either a super chat or joining as a member. Actually, joining as a member is the pro strat because for $2 a month, you get entered in 4 giveaways. Or, you can join the sticker club on Patreon for $5 a month and you get stickers for free, or you can go with the sample club. A couple of my sample club patrons are already in here. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, do that. Otherwise, I'm going to bring on my guest from tonight, Cody, a.k.a. the Bourbon Battalion. Cody, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing wonderful, man. I'm excited for you to try your pours.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's been what, like, we've been talking about this for like 3 months now, trying to figure out a
Yeah.
time.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So my name's Cody. Bourbon Battalion started out on TikTok. Started to expand into Instagram, and just now starting to get into YouTube. So TikTok was like primarily where I started. I'm a fireman, hence the Bourbon Battalion name. Um, Kind of got into this because like my entire life is firefighting, and I wanted an outlet outside of firefighting. Like all my friends are firefighters. I'm always working, I'm always teaching. So, this kind of gave me a nice outlet to do something other than, just what I've been accustomed to for the last 20 years. So, it's been awesome. Like I've loved the bourbon community. I've met a lot of great people, got to do a lot of cool things. So, yeah, having audio issues here.
Ooh, it's me. Oh, ha, it's me. I'm the problem. Okay, now I can't hear you, though. Let me try re-adding you. I think I was the problem, and now I can't hear Cody. Tough. Lost my audio. Can anybody hear me? I'm seeing my waveform. I just can't see Cody. Maybe try putting your AirPods away and coming back. I'm not sure if that'll help. That's tough. I must have bumped that. That's weird. Flag 2. I know. I'm not off to a great start this evening. Try Try, maybe it defaulted your microphone when you closed it. No? Ugh. All right. Let's I'm going to disconnect you. We'll try reconnecting you. All right. Do not regenerate link. Just try joining again. Man. All right. So, you'll recover soon. Oh, man. I love the positivity. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Perfect. So,
I
I
don't
think
know. I had my phone open so I could look at the comments. I don't know if that was why.
maybe it also might have been when you disconnected. It might not have liked that. But
Mm.
that was all my fault because I had my mic muted. So, my bad, bro. All right. So, you have a bottle that you've decided to generously add to the chat tonight. Do you wanna tease what that is?
Yeah, absolutely. So I figured with your YouTube page, you're doing a Joel Rye
Mhm.
focus, so I figured it would be a great add to that theme. I have the bottle right here. I can show you if you want.
Go for it,
Let
man.
everybody know. So I picked up two of these recently, so I figured I would add an Old Forester Green Label to
Mm.
the giveaway. This one's 128 proof, and this was from the third floor of Warehouse H. So I
Nice.
got one I opened behind me. It's very good. So
Awesome, man. Thank you for adding that. That'll be a nice bottle for somebody.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. So tonight, did I? It's dumb. Okay. Sorry, I'm checking into something. Do you wanna crack your pores? You wanna start
Yeah,
drinking something? I feel like it's
yeah.
time, especially with all the technical difficulties we've had.
The bottles are pretty cool. I like the labels.
Thanks, man. They're actually super cheap too. I get them done at Staples. They're just address labels, so like you can buy
Oh, really?
220 of them for like $10. So Cody's pour number one. I did tease to the people that you have all weeders.
Yep,
So
yep.
your
Love my weeders.
your palate does seem to favor those. So I
Mm.
figured it's a good one. What are
Man, as
you?
soon as I open that, I can smell it.
Yeah. What are you experiencing? What are you smelling?
Very, very sweet. Um, a lot of like candied fruits almost. Kind of picking up some candied fruits.
Hmm.
As I said, as soon as I opened a sample bottle, it like I got blasted with sweetness. Yeah, almost like a kind of like a strawberry shortcake. Like, there's some vanilla in there as well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. There's a good amount of fruit to this. I get just a little bit of nuttiness, a little bit of like spiced cake too.
yeah, a lot of fruitiness, a lot of vanilla. Not getting much caramel.
Yeah. Apparently, 56 years ago today, Neil and Buzz Armstrong were walking on the moon, according
Mm.
to Donner Pass whiskey. So
So yeah, on the palate I get some of that nuttiness, and I get some of those like spice notes.
yeah,
You definitely get the sweet like weeded notes, some of the fruity notes, but picking up some almost like black pepper almost.
yeah, you get that.
And this one I believe I saw was 100 proof.
It is 100 proof. Yes. I'm curious to see what you think of a few of these because I will tell you that there are two absolute bangers in here, and there are two shelf bottles.
Hmm. Okay. Well, if I had to guess, I'm gonna guess this 100 proofer is one of the shelfers.
Okay, guessing is part of the fun.
I I do love the nose on this. The nose is is just awesome.
Yeah. The
And
color's a
it
little light. Yeah.
and it has great legs, man. It's just hugging the glass.
Now, are you a person who I was actually having this conversation with a buddy last night? Do you factor availability in when you rate a whiskey?
No,
Okay.
I do not. So the scale that I like to use is the tequila matchmaker scale. I
Okay.
think it weights. Are you familiar with that?
That's the one with drinks with Wayne came up with, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I stole it from him. Credit to him. I stole that from him. But
Oh,
I thought it was a good system, better than the one I was using before. But I like it because it places more of an emphasis on the palate.
hmm,
Like I'm a big aroma guy. Like I have
yeah.
a very sensitive smell, so like I love a good aroma. But it places more emphasis on the palate.
Okay.
You have the finish, and then value is the last thing.
Yeah.
So like when I am rating value,
Hmm.
to me, I do kind of consider availability.
Okay.
Um, Availability is definitely considered into that, but like ultimately it comes down to is the bottle worth the price? Can
Hmm.
you find it?
Yep.
Or do you have to hunt all over God's creation to try to find it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So to be fair though, like half of Reddit uses take scale. So I mean, I don't feel like you're actually like you're using an established one that you like. I don't feel like it's
Yeah.
stealing. Like I think it's just you're using something that you're familiar with. Also, somebody asked, John, are you drinking the same thing as Cody? I am. I am drinking exactly what Cody is currently. So
I feel like on the palate, I feel like there's like a little bit of youthfulness. It definitely tastes younger. It could be the proof
mhm,
that's kind of taming it down.
yeah,
But man, the aroma on this is awesome.
yeah. As far as rating whiskey goes, I would say that I, at the very least, equally rate on palate and nose. But for me, like, I think a good nose trumps a good palate. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know what it is about it, but like especially if the nose is great and the palate's like really mediocre, that will beat a whiskey where the nose is really mediocre and the palate is good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I've noticed for me, like if it has a good palate or a good aroma, sorry, like the aromas that kind of linger like in your nose and the back of your mouth, like it tends to enhance the flavor of it as well.
yeah,
Like especially if you're sipping on something for a little bit of time.
yeah, yeah. Especially like as you sip on something, the nose generally changes a little bit, and it's interesting to see how that happens.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you want your first hint on this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Would you like state of distillation or would I guess that's tough because you already know everything's Weeders, so half of my half
Hmm.
of my guesses are out. Would you like to know whether it is craft or legacy or state of distillation?
Craft or legacy?
It is a legacy distillery.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Interesting.
Are you done with the sample?
No, no, I'm
Okay.
not.
I just wasn't sure. I hadn't seen the glass in a couple seconds. So what's your go-to weeder?
Oh man, I love so the Bardstown High Wheat. I just finished a bottle of that. That is probably my favorite currently, especially when you factor in, availability and cost and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say the Bardstown High Wheat is my favorite. I do like Old Weller Antique, but I also really enjoy the Holiday Soft Red Wheat.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
that was one that like I didn't expect much out of it, but it really surprised me in a good way.
So I actually almost put that in your blind, and then you did a review of it, like I think a day or two before I poured yours. So I was like, well, guess that one's out. So good news, it's not that.
Hmm.
Donner Pass whiskey. I'm going through and making sure I have everybody's names. Last week I was scrambling at the end. Rodriguez, Dave Warmingham's in the house, aka Uncle Dave, to those who know.
I am really impressed with the viscosity on this, and that is pretty impressive.
Do you know?
What's your
Sorry, go ahead.
God?
No, you first,
I
man.
was just gonna I was gonna ask what your favorite weeder was. Like if you have a
Um,
go-to.
if it like as far as decently available goes, I think it's probably Larceny Barrel Proof.
Hmm.
I like a lot of the Larceny Barrel Proofs. Think they're putting out some good product. I would say also the soft red wheat is pretty close there. Uh,
Yeah, the Larceny B524
mhm.
was in my top five
Mm.
last year.
Was that your favorite from last year?
I believe so. The Bardstown might have been higher.
Mm.
I believe the Bardstown was number three, and the Larceny was five.
Okay. I do like that the soft or sorry the Bardstown. Although I think I actually like the bonded a little bit better than the high wheat. I think
Hmm.
there's just something about the high wheat that like it feels, I don't want to say uncomplex, but it feels like very one dimensional. But it is like it's very thick. It's very like the consistency is like very oily. I like it a lot. Uh, Andres Gonzalez says he's drinking Redwood Empire Screaming Titan Weeded. It's a pretty good one. Have you had that one?
Yeah, yeah, I have a bottle of it buried somewhere.
Do you have floor whiskey?
Not yet. I am so underneath my cabinet I have a big underneath area, and
Mm.
then the top of my fridge is where I have all of like my Bookers and Little Book and my big bottles that don't fit back there.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was rearranging some stuff earlier today, and I have what I call the unlimited height shelf because they're the bottles that don't fit on any other shelves. It's crazy.
Yep.
All right, your second hint. Do you want to know this? I'm just gonna give you the state of distillation. How about that? It
Okay.
is Kentucky.
Okay. I was thinking that. Um, hmm.
Scott Stutzman agrees with you. I'll agree with Bardstown High Wheat. It just barely beats out the Bottle and Bond for me. So there you go.
Interesting. See, to me, the high wheat is like the the palate is complex to me because
Okay. Yeah.
I get like a lot of sweet notes up front, like honey, the weeded notes, all that stuff. But then
Mm,
through the back end, like I get some like spice and
yeah.
like black pepper and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think it's good. I just think the higher wheat contents just they do something to my palate that I don't like care for. I don't know if it's
Hmm.
like certain ones like the Penelope when Penelope had their a bunch of wheated offerings that were the MGP 45% wheat. It was just it just had like this popcorn note to it that was like not my jam.
Yeah, yeah. I have not tried that one yet.
I don't even know if they still have them. Like I think they were clearing out some MGP like high wheat barrels, and I don't even know if they even still have that available. It's crazy. Do you want the age of this bourbon?
I don't think that would help, but you're more than welcome to give it to me. Because I'll be
Is
honest, I'm kind of drawing a blank right now.
okay. It is 10 years old.
10 year. Wow. Wow. Okay. Hmm.
Beast East is still hunting Penelope wheat. The last I checked, actually, Sauble's Markets had some down there in Whiteford. And Cody, you've been there too, right? Down to Sauble's?
I, I have not.
Okay.
No. It's kind of out of the way for me. I keep wanting to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Yeah, it would probably be like, I would say almost probably 3 hours from you.
like I know from work it's about an hour, so probably about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Hmm.
Little stumped on this one.
I am. I am. Um, I'm almost wondering if it is uh Heaven Hill because they have some weeded offerings that I have not tried, and I'm not like other than Larceny, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not super familiar with. Um, so that's like my first thought.
Okay.
I don't believe it's Makers. It doesn't remind me of Makers. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of stumped. I
Well,
will
you.
say as I get I will say as I get further down on this, I get like more brown sugar cinnamon. So
Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. Do you want to know what it is?
the best guess I have is it's from Heaven Hill.
Okay.
So that's what I got.
All right. GoPros. Not quite there. Can you see my GoPro on your? Okay. Let me make that visible to you. Nope, that's not it. Guests. Stream. Yep. Settings. Share optional source. GoPro. There we go. Can you see it now?
I can.
Perfect. Okay. So, just resizing stuff here real quick, and then I will give you your reveal as to what you are drinking. All right, perfect. All right, so you are drinking Old Fitz 10 year.
Ah, okay.
Bottled and Bond. This is fall, spring 23. It's, look, I am not surprised at some of the notes that you've given
Yeah.
because I don't honestly super care for this one. Did I say Old Rip?
Yeah.
No. Okay,
But
I think Jeff was guessing Old Rip. Okay.
no, no, no.
No, so this one is it. I bought it, and obviously it's like crazy expensive. It's like I think 140 or 150 bucks, but I did get it from Pennsylvania, so it was at least an MSRP. I didn't love it at first. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about it. I really like the 13 that they have, but the 10 just kind of fell flat for me.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, so I've had the 13. Um, and it didn't necessarily remind me of Old Fits, so like that's why I was hesitant to guess that.
Yeah,
Um, and obviously, like I know you when you said 10 year, it wasn't the new 7 year.
right.
So yeah, I was kind of stumped there, but I was like, ah, it has to be Heaven Hill.
You did nail Heaven Hill. I think there's a nuttiness on it that I got differently this time than I have gotten before. Andres asked, "Is it Rebel Weeded?" It is not. It is Old Fitz 10. That was a good guess, though. There is a Rebel 10 year, but I don't think that's. I don't think that's 100 proof. I feel like that's like barrel proof at like 110 or something like that.
I believe so.
So, Jeff said, agree with John. Wasn't a fan of Old Fitz 10. However, the VVS 13 is incredible. 100% agree. Thank you, Andy, for the super chat. I'll get your name added to the wheel for that. And Cody is pouring up his second pour.
So this one is 119 proof.
It is.
Ooh.
Taking a slight step up.
It's all right. I like my high proof.
Good. Because the rest of this blind is going to be for you.
Smells delicious.
A lot of cherry on this one. Like, it's very fruit forward. Fruit and
Yep.
like brown sugar, I think. What would you say is your favorite weeder you've ever had?
Does any of the Pappy lineup count?
Sure. People crap on Pappy, but I honestly think the 15 is a very solid bourbon.
That's what I was gonna say. Is the 15 was one of the better pours that I've had. I got to do a tasting with Preston Van Winkle when I was down in Kentucky at one point, and he had the 15 to offer. So I was lucky to get to. Well, I was only supposed to get 2 pours of it, and I finagled him for a third. So, but he was a cool dude, so it was awesome. But yeah, I got to meet him, Freddie No, Eddie Russell, and somebody else I'm forgetting. But yeah, it was cool.
Sounds like a fun time.
I'm almost getting like a floral note on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some bourbons that give like a cologne or like a perfume note. I feel like that's more what I'm getting on this. Like, it has like a like, I would wear this as a cologne. For sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely rich cherries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take a sip.
Let's do it.
Okay.
A lot of chocolate.
Yep. Yeah, there's some chocolate. There's almost like a kind of like a hazelnut.
Mm-hmm.
There's some like honey lingered in there and some like bakery spice. It's pretty good.
Joe Rodriguez says, Pappy 15 is my favorite of the lineup. If you're not a fan of oaky bourbon, then the Pappy 20 and 23 is not for you. Totally agree.
I have not been lucky enough to have the 20 or the 23.
Honestly, and I'm not saying don't hunt it, because it's worth it to try. I think they're what I would consider bucket list pours at this point. Like, if you can find it for a decent price, there's no reason not to. But I don't think it's what like people assume it's like the holy grail of whiskey, and it's just not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I like the 20 better than the 23, but I mean the 15 year at 107 proof, I think, is just, it's the gem of that lineup.
Tell you, I also really enjoy a Weller Foolproof store pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get a Weller Foolproof store pick, like those are phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm a big Weller Foolproof guy. I think I like 107 as much as Weller Foolproof, although good store picks are obviously up there. But would you like a hint on this one?
Sure.
Okay. Would you like state of distillation or legacy or craft distillery?
State of distillation.
Kentucky.
Okay.
I mean, the goal of this tasting is just to like have fun and drink with your friends, but
Oh yeah, yeah,
like the guesses I think are a fun like for people at home to try and figure out like what we're drinking
yeah.
too, because I mean we're enjoying this, they're just enjoying watching us. So I love seeing people when they make guesses, and Joe Rodriguez is actually really good at guessing, especially like we were doing during the during the raffle this past year, we were doing like silhouettes of bottles, and Joe was really good at guessing which ones were which. Doing a fantastic job there. Andre, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
I think I have a guess on this, but I'm
Okay.
gonna let it sit a little more. And
Jeff Dahl says, Weller Antique non-chill filtered are better than Weller Full Proof store picks in his opinion. I've had
yeah, I think that's a fair point.
the ones that I've had, I think they're definitely significantly better than the standard Weller Antique, but I don't know that I would say that they're like significantly better than the store picks. I'm not sure.
So, have you ever had a bottle that, like, first pour, like, you take the neck pour and you're like, wow, this is really good. And then, like, the second or third pour, you're like, holy crap, this sucks.
Yep.
Have you ever? So, I have a weeder,
Okay.
rare character exceptional series, and I got it below MSRP in Kentucky, and I was thrilled to get it for that. And the first pour of it, I was like, "Holy crap, that is delicious."
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Second and third pour, it was like almost sour.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the world? So I'm really hoping it'll open up some,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe my palate was off that day. But
Maybe.
if the rest of the bottle's like that, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always tough when you don't like it. The one for me actually was Russell's 15. I feel like every subsequent time I've tried it since I very first had it, it's gotten a little bit like lower and lower. And I've had like different bottles, so it's not just my bottle being corked. Like I had it
Hmm.
blind last year from the fantasy whiskey draft that we did,
Okay.
and it was like I think I gave it an 8, which is like not bad, obviously, but I mean I feel like it's a whiskey that should be in like the 9.5 range, and it's just not for me.
Hmm. Yeah. So when I do my whiskeys of the year, I do a blind.
Hmm.
I pour them into samples and I go through randomly pick one and I score them that way. And the Russell's 15 did come out on top for me last year. But I'm a Wild Turkey fan, so kind of checks out.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is about it. It just every time I have it, it just goes a little bit lower for me. I don't know if it's like the oak content and it's just like opposite of opening up. Like maybe it's losing something the longer they're open. I'm not sure. Beastie says, thank you. I felt the same on Russell's 15. I appreciate that. Also, Joe Rodriguez is a huge rare character guy, so he's probably going to be a little sad that you're not loving that rare character.
Rare character. I picked up a pick over at the Nash Liquors in New
Mm.
Jersey. It's phenomenal. Um, every rare character I've had, I've loved, but something about that weeded man, like it was just kind of like sour to me.
Yeah. Where's it from? Like, is it a pick or?
No, it's
Oh, you said it's exceptional
uh,
series.
yeah, so it's from West Virginia. So they
Okay.
sourced it from West Virginia. So I'm assuming Old Scout. Um,
Yeah.
it's 9 years, 4 months. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those where like there's not a whole lot in West Virginia making whiskey, especially with any kind of age. Where it's like if a bourbon's from Missouri, you're pretty certain it's Holiday or McCormick through Holiday. Like it's one of those things where like if the state of distillation is West Virginia, you're pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So, BC says, yeah, just wasn't feeling it. Dude, I get it. Russell's 15 is, for me, it's controversial. I I feel like you and I are on this island, man. All right, what you think of this pour?
Very good. I definitely like this one more. Um, the nose is fantastic on it. It's delicious. It for 119 proof, like you get a little bit of burn, but like it doesn't
Yeah.
drink like that to me.
Mm-mm.
It's very enjoyable. I like this.
Good. I hope that you enjoy most of these. The first one, I will admit, was a wild card. I wasn't sure if you'd had Old Fits before, so I just figured I'd throw that one in. I'm fairly certain that you will like the next three, but that's just me. Hey, what's up? Only Drams guys stopped in. Colin and Trenton, I had them on last week. I'm assuming it is Colin. Joined the channel. Let's throw him on that wheel.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed their live. Um, I think I think I was at a fire at work. I don't know. I can't remember, but
I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good reason to miss a live stream, but yeah, it was a great time. Colin and Trenton really enjoyed actually a PA whiskey. I gave them Mid-State Distillery's Pennsyltucky whiskey. They have a 5 grain
oh,
port finished, and they liked it so much that they wanted some, so I ended up sending them each a half bottle of it.
nice, nice.
It is unfortunately
So,
not the one that they tried. Sorry, let me just finish my thought, and then I'll go back to you here. So I did send them a 2 ounce pour of the OG to go along with it. The
so
floor
right
is
before you
yours.
brought this up,
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this.
hmm
And since we have a lot of PA people here, what is your favorite PA whiskey?
I mean, it's real close to being the aforementioned Mid State. I don't know if have you ever had anything from Mid State before?
I have not.
This this bourbon right here is a port finished 5 grain, so it's corn, wheat, rye, malted barley, and oats. It's like 6% oats or something. Yeah, 6% rye and 6% oats, and it's their own distillate, and it's port finished, but it doesn't like I'm weird on port finished, but it's
Yeah.
very very tasty. I will also say that there's some. I think what PA does best is ryes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think Ponfay is putting out some pretty good rye. There's a Ponfay Westsylvania cast strength that
hmm
was my like. So we had a. I don't know how much you're into PA Bourbon Squad. I know you're in it at the very least, but the raffle every year we did an
hmm
event this past year that Only Drams actually sponsored. Called the Double Barrel Heroes event, which we're shortening the name next year because that name is very long and clunky. So we are doing it again, but we had like Liberty Pole was there, Dad's Hat was there, and then I tried the Ponfay Westsylvania rye, and it's just fantastic. Like it's like 100 and I think 11 proof, something like that at cast strength, but it's like everything you want out of a rye. Like it's a nice like deep sugar notes, like oaky, like a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of herbalness, like a mint kind of thing, and it's fantastic. How about you? What Pennsylvania whiskey do you like?
So that's up there for me. Um, I I've had the. I'm probably gonna get this wrong. I believe it's the Weigel cast
hmm
strength. That was very good. Um, and I had a Dad's Hat cast strength rye, which I enjoyed.
Good.
So,
Yeah, Dad's Hat's putting out some interesting stuff too. I got actually some pours from Liberty Pole, and then when I said their old Monongahela rye was a little young for me, I may have inadvertently started a slight Instagram firestorm. But they did not. They took a little bit of offense to that, which is fair. I get it. Like
Yeah.
everybody out there is, trying to do their thing. It was a little young for me. It was a little grainy, but their peated rye that they sent me was 6 years old, and I know like peated is like a very divisive thing, especially among bourbon drinkers. But
Yep.
for me, that was a much better whiskey. Unfortunately, it has a much smaller sample, like fandom. So I don't know. I'm a big peated guy. I like a little bit of smoke in my whiskey. Sometimes it's not
Yeah.
bad.
It's not for me.
Okay, I get that. Is this whiskey for you?
I do like this whiskey. This
Okay.
is very good. Again, just like the first one, the nose is really, really good. And this one, the palate is better than the last one. So,
I agree. Do you want to know more about it?
yep.
It is a maker's product.
So I was going to guess makers,
Okay.
and I am guessing it's one of the recent limited releases. What maybe one of the wood finishing series. Um, but which one specifically, I don't know.
You are currently drinking. Let me get the GoPro up. 2024's Maker's Mark Cellar Aged.
Cool,
So
very cool.
I had seen a comment where you had said you hadn't had it before, and I was like, I'm about to
Nope,
send
I
this dude some
hadn't.
samples, so I'll throw that in there. I love sharing.
Or refill my water here.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Only Drams app asks, you guys like Stolen Wolf at all? That is actually pretty local to me, and yes, I do enjoy their stuff. I think it's maybe slightly overpriced. I think some of their ryes, especially like the high end stuff, is a little bit too expensive for what it is. But I think it's tasty. Beastie says, "Yeah, no burn out smoke on my tongue, please." Love that. All right, so in the interim here, you guys go and you follow Cody at Bourbon Battalion 69. His link is in the description for this video, and then he is that on Instagram and TikTok. You go follow him because he is fantastic to watch. So give him a follow.
Appreciate that.
Uh,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
yeah, man. I like honestly, your style is very very fun, very laid back, and I love it. I think you're doing great work on your channels, and I wish you good luck here on YouTube because it's a very different animal from TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed.
Yeah, I started primarily on YouTube, so like moving from YouTube to Instagram and then TikTok was just kind of like an F it. I'm gonna start a TikTok, and then like 2 weeks later,
Mhm.
everybody's like, "Oh, TikTok's gone down." So I was like, "Well, that's stupid." So I haven't really prioritized, but for the most part, I'm doing like my shorts, like the
Yep.
YouTube shorts, and then just posting them elsewhere. Like
Yeah.
it's not any. I don't really do any exclusive content to any specific platform. So it's mostly recycled content, but I don't know, people go for it. I will say TikTok is probably the nicest community I've come across.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like people on TikTok do not comment like absurd things all the time, which I appreciate. YouTube comments, man, like there was a period of time where they were just straight unhinged. Like people were commenting like you fat lard like every other time. It was
Oh my
crazy.
God.
No, dude, it was nuts. Like there were people just dropping in being like, "Oh, you're an alcoholic because you post any kind of alcohol content." I was like, "Bro, like you do not know me in any way, shape, or form." It was nuts. Hilarious though. Definitely a
Yeah,
fun time.
I have only had one issue on TikTok. I will not say who, but there is a gentleman who uh, may work for a distillery who primarily produces rye products. Um, and he went on an unhinged rant on one of my TikToks the one day because I forget what the bottle even was, but I just based like I didn't trash it, but I was just like, yeah, it's not for me. and he went on like this unhinged rant that like young guys are ruining whiskey and like I suck and I need to quit and like all this stuff. And I'm like, I I ended up messaging the guy privately. I'm like, yo, dude, like what's going on? Like bad day or something? And like he continued through a private message, and I was like, well, if you don't like my content, just unfollow me. Like it's not hard. And he's like, I'm not unfollowing you. I'm gonna comment on every video you make, and like, and I'm like, okay, I'm just blocking you. So
Cool, man. I appreciate the. I very much appreciate the
yeah.
engagement. I don't know, dude. Some people just like you live rent free in their heads. It's crazy.
Well, and what was interesting when I went to Kentucky and did that Blue Label pick, I
Mm-hmm.
met some bourbon TikTok guys like Jay
Mm-hmm.
Woodford Bourbon guy,
Yeah.
Ed Oak City, Bourbon Nomad, Shannon Big Dog Smokers, like all great people.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought up this interaction to them,
Yeah.
and they were all like, "Yeah, we've had some similar interactions with
Mm-hmm.
him." And it's like, okay, well, I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah. Fair. Actually, I had a conversation with Woodford Bourbon guy the other day. We were having a conversation about old Ezra Rye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Jay. He's a great dude.
He seems like a really nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Rodriguez goes, "How dare you have an opinion?" uh, Johnny Dean, cheers.
And not to plug my own, pick that we just did, but
Mm-hmm.
like I was really lucky to get to do that pick with those guys
Yeah.
because like they were super cool dudes, like they were fun to hang out with, like, and I feel like all of our palettes were relatively the same. And like we all wanted the same thing. Like we
Mm-hmm.
didn't want the highest proof
Mm-hmm.
barrel. We didn't want we weren't looking for anything specific. Like we just wanted to pick the best barrel that was given to us, and
Yeah.
like those guys were just so fun to hang out with. And like after that, we went to Pursuit, and we went a bunch of places, and we had a great time. Like, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Just like some of the cool experiences. Like the people you get to meet, and it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. The best part about this community is meeting people, having interactions, and like talking whiskey because that's what we're all here for. Like no one, for the most part, no one is a jerk about it. Like we're all like
Yeah.
no one's gonna be like, oh, you hate Four Roses, your palate's crap. Like that's the people who really do not create like any content. They don't talk about any of this stuff. Like it's like
Yeah.
all of the creators that I've met, everybody like in the industry, like there's some people from my local bourbon society in here, 717 Bourbon Society, and like the people that you meet are the best part about it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Whiskey is meant to be shared. It's meant to be social. It's meant to be opened and enjoyed together. So,
Hmm.
what you got on this one?
I feel like out of the three, I feel like this one is the most unique.
Mm,
Um, it, so let me ask up front. It's
yeah.
not finished, is it?
No, none of these are finished.
I didn't think so, but I almost got like a port note on it.
It is
Um,
very fruity, like very, very
yeah.
deeply fruity. I get like a lot of almost like you ever have Razzles candy? That like candy that's like
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
Smarties that turns into gum.
Yep.
Absolutely weirdest concept, but it has like a chalkiness to it because of that. That's
Hmm.
kind of what I get off of this.
I do get more caramel on the nose than I did with like the first two.
Mm. It's very sweet. Very I would say like it almost has like an apple, like a tart apple kind of to it. Like apple, cherry, a little bit of brown sugar, caramel too.
I
Caramel.
was gonna say, and I don't pick up this note very often.
Mm.
But I was gonna say almost like a grape.
Mm. Yeah.
It's kind of like almost like a grape Kool-Aid almost.
Yeah. It's a thing I generally get off of Buffalo Trace products. Joe Rod says 100% John. Love this community. It's a great community. He's one of our 717 guys. He's a fun time.
Okay.
Also ex-marine, so semper fi, brother.
I Yep, appreciate your service, brother. I was chair forced here. You can make fun of me. It's okay.
No, no,
Um,
no judgment here. I didn't get the opportunity to serve. Tore my ACL right out of high school, and that pretty much shot down all my opportunity.
um, I really wish I lived closer to you guys because I would like to come to some of the meetups, but
Yeah,
like I almost have to like get a hotel or something because I
yeah,
live hour and a half away.
yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of people who make a decent hike. There's a guy who's a police officer in Philly who makes
Okay.
a 2 hour hike, hour and a half, whatever. It's probably closer to two on the way down, closer to an hour and a half on the way back. But he's a good dude.
Hmm. This is very interesting.
I agree. Joe Rod says it's
Very
all
interesting.
good. Love my brothers and sisters in arms.
Don't mind me. Had to throw his in.
I hear you, bro. I work in the tobacco industry, so I appreciate your service.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
uh, were you? I thought you said you were gonna enclose a cigar.
So I 100% forgot about that.
That's all
But I
right.
have your address. I'll send you one.
I was looking forward to that.
It'll come. I promise you. I have actually a couple of infusion projects that I'm working on right now. I'm working on coffee vanilla infused and coffee mint
Oh,
infused.
nice,
So I will
nice,
give you a non-infused and then one of those as well.
very cool.
So you said this is different. Is it like good different or is it weird different?
So on the palate, like I immediately almost get like a barrel funk,
Hmm.
but that's like very, very fleeting. Like it's like right up
Yeah.
front, and then it just disappears, and then I get those fruity notes and some like caramel and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
it's definitely not bad.
Colin, the Only Drams app, asked John would love to try your coffee infusion stick. Absolutely, man. I have your address. I'll send you some stuff. It'll be fun. Cigar projects. I'm interested in that. Beast East. And Andre says we're all looking forward to those cigars. So I've kind of become the 717 cigar guy. So
Nice.
it's a fun time.
Yeah, I usually like to enjoy a cigar at work, especially in the evening.
Burn some stuff while you wait for things to burn.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been a firefighter?
18 years.
Okay.
Um, I've been a volunteer that entire time, and I have been paid in some capacity for 14 years.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I was actually a firefighter in the Air Force. I'm now
Hmm.
a civilian firefighter. I've worked part-time a bunch of places.
Hmm.
I'm also a state fire instructor, so like can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to Tuesday because that will be effectively the end of my busy season.
Hmm.
Between teaching and my full-time job, I think I've worked like 44 of the last 48 days. So,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I can honestly understand. That's not a fun stretch. Not having a day off is rough.
Yeah. Yeah, so needless to say, I was looking forward to this.
Yeah, dude, I very much appreciate you making the time to be a part of this. So I've visited this pour a few times, and I think it changes a little bit more every time. This is a weeded that also has a rye bourbon equivalent, and I
Okay.
think this weeded is just an entirely different animal.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
It is Kentucky.
Okay.
It is. I don't want to say it is technically not a craft distillery, but it
Okay.
is also not a legacy distillery.
Okay.
The rye guy says, "Cheers, everybody. What's going on, man?"
Just to, just to clarify,
Okay.
it did not come from an NDP, right?
It did not come from an NDP. It is their own distillate.
Okay.
I am notoriously anti NDP.
Okay.
I guess it really depends on what it is. Like I'm not anti. I'll back that up a little bit. I'm not anti NDP, but like if there is a company that is putting out fantastic of their own whiskey, I will almost always rate that higher than a company that is just taking and rebottling like MGP or Green River or insert
Yeah.
other distillery here.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Colin from Only Drams asks, "Thanks for all you do for the community. Are there any good stories that stick out from battling fires?"
Oh man, tons of stories. Um, I try to hang my hat on like the positive side of
Mm-hmm.
like what we do. So
Yeah.
like I'm an adrenaline junkie at heart. So like trust me, I love going to fires, and people always
Mm-hmm.
say like, isn't that kind of messed up? And I always say like, well, fires are inevitable, and if like I always say if there's going to be one, I want to be there.
Yeah.
Um, but like when I get to interact with the community, um, and do things to give back to the community, like that's the stuff that like I really hang my hat on.
Yeah.
Like, so my union where I work, we do a children's Christmas party where we give back to kids in the local community that are underprivileged,
Mm-hmm.
and we give them a Christmas to remember.
Nice.
They get some toys and stuff like that, but it's kind of heartbreaking because a lot of these kids, they in their homes, they don't even have blankets. They don't have a winter jacket to go to school, and so we always make sure every kid has a winter jacket and every kid has a blanket at home. And to see like their faces, is like very heartwarming,
Yeah.
because it's an opportunity for us to give back in a positive way. And stuff like that I always remember. Like I like doing fire prevention, interacting with the kids. Like I delivered a baby once. That was, you know, uh, you think a firefighter, you typically don't think of that, but that was definitely a highlight of my career, very unique. Um, so I always remember stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you an EMT as well, or do you just?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, I'm an EMT. And the interesting thing with delivering a baby was like, we so commonly deal with life being taken from the world,
Yeah.
and it was really cool to see a life get brought into the world.
That's
So,
awesome. I love that
yep,
worldview. Colin says, "Big props. That's what it's all about." Absolutely, man. Like
yep.
my dad was a firefighter for years. I mean, I use the excuses that I just don't have time, and it's fair. But like, I always like to quote Star Trek. There's a line in Star Trek that says, "If something's important, you make the time."
Oh
And
yeah.
I try to live my life by that. So that
Yep.
is one of my takeaways. I'm a nerdy person at heart, so holding on to that Star Trek quote, you know.
Yeah, and now that I'm into the teaching side of things, like
Mm,
I like to see the impact I leave
mm,
on, like newer firefighters. And like when somebody comes up to me and they're like, "Hey, I use this on call that you taught me." Like
mm.
it always feels good.
Yeah. Yep. Training up the next generation, man.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. All right. Did you decide how you feel about this one?
I do like it. Um, I don't know if I have a good guess, but
It is most likely one that you haven't had before. So This is a decently decently newish release. I think it's
Okay.
technically this year.
Okay.
It is Green River's weeded single barrel picks. So
So when you said like kind of legacy, kind of not,
yeah,
I was thinking Green River, but
yeah.
I haven't had anything from Green River weeded besides like the baseline,
Mm-hmm.
not like 90 proofer.
Yeah.
So I was I was trying to remember like if they released anything higher proof yet or not. So yeah.
Yeah, so they announced the release I think last year, and then they released a couple of like the weeded debut barrels. And I will be entirely honest here, I traded for this bottle, and I traded way more than I should have for it. But I'm a huge Green River guy, and I really wanted to try it, especially like pretty close to when it came out. So when these started popping up on secondary, I pulled the trigger on one. But it was more than I should have paid for it in trade value. But you win some, you lose some. I think it's a great bottle. I would not pay more than, I think it's like roughly $70 MSRP. I would not pay more than that for another one. But that's just me.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
You ready to move on to 4?
Yep.
This one, I think this one is my favorite out of all of these. I poured these up earlier, and when I had them in front of me, this was the one that I smelled first, and it was crazy.
Hmm. Has a nice dark color on
Yeah,
it for a
no,
weeder.
it's beautiful color. Joe Rodriguez says, I'm loving what Green River is doing. Haven't had the weeded single barrel, but the bourbon single barrels are fantastic. They are. Completely agree. Did you go to any Green River when you were in Kentucky? They just opened a tasting room off of Whiskey Row now. So they have
Yeah.
Bardstown Bourbon Company and a Green River. If you did not know, Bardstown owns Green River.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, and Bardstown is one of my favorite distilleries.
yeah, I love what they're doing. I think especially like from the ground up, distilling the same mash bills that they've been sourcing from MGP most of this time, I think was a big brain move. So I think a lot of what they're doing is really great. And then they're running their wheated bourbon mash bill, like the low wheat, is the same that they've been sourcing from Heaven Hill. So it's the same as
Yeah.
the old Fitz and the larceny and everything, which is super cool. I think I like the concept, and I think they're doing some great stuff.
Yeah, and like I always say with Bardstown, like I think Bardstown has something for everybody.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
whether
they're
you're really into like finished whiskeys or you want something more traditional or like you like blended whiskeys with the Discovery
yeah.
series, like there's just something for everybody.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the Discovery series continues going forward, since they're starting to have some of their own, like distillate get to 7, 8, 9 years of age. I'm curious to
Yeah.
see what that turns into,
Yep.
but only time will tell.
I and they might already do this and I might have missed it, but I would really love to do a picks with them
Mm,
of one of their like weeded barrels
mm.
at cast strength.
I don't know that I've seen. Well, I feel like they're like Willet with the purple tops, where they'll let
Hmm.
you do single barrels, and they're like a weird amount of single barrels,
Yeah.
but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I've only seen like a handful of their picks out there, and I feel like they're always high rye bourbon when I do see them, but I don't know for sure.
Definitely getting a lot of caramel on this. More of like the traditional notes on this one compared to the others. Caramel, vanilla, toffee, stuff like that.
Yeah, getting a little bit of cinnamon towards the end of the nose. It's it's got a lot of vanilla on the front end, and I like that. Very nutty. So what's the best bourbon you tried this year so far?
Oh, man. Um, if I'm taking store picks out of the equation, which um, like I have some really really good store picks
Mm-hmm.
that I've bought and tried this year. Um, I really like that K-Loop toasted.
Okay.
I like toasted bourbons, so like that's right up my alley. Um, so that's probably up there. Um,
And no
yeah, that's
spoilers, but you did do this video on YouTube, so they everyone should go and check that out.
yep. Yeah, and like the cool thing with that was, when I was going to Kentucky, like I messaged, I'm probably gonna pronounce his last name wrong, Jonathan Misano. That's the
Mm,
owner of K-Luke.
okay.
Um, I messaged him and I was like, "Hey man, like I'm going to Kentucky. Do you have any idea where I can find your stuff in Kentucky?"
Hmm.
And he sent me like a list of like 30 places, and I was like,
Nice.
"Holy crap, that is awesome." Um, so I thought that was really cool. That one's probably up there. I tried. I've had some good ryes that I've tried this year. So the Pursuit Double Oaked Rye is up there. I just tried the Sagamore Double Oaked Rye for the first
Mm,
time this year, and that was really really good.
yeah.
Which the Pursuit is a mixture of Bardstown and Sagamore,
Mm,
so kind of checks out. But
yeah. The Sagamore's own distillate is really really good. Their brand new cast strength at 123 proof is like absolutely ideal. It's amazing.
did you see the video I put on TikTok of our trip that we made to Pursuit?
Yeah. Yep.
That was pretty cool. Those guys were cool. They were so Shannon knew the one guy, so that
Mm,
kind of helped. But yeah, they were super cool. It was a cool visit.
yeah. I mean they're putting out some fantastic stuff. Like it's a really cool like idea that they're doing, and I'm always 50-50 on like whiskey influencers that start their own like distilleries. Like there's some of them that are really really good. There are some of them that are meh. I don't know. Uh, there
Yeah.
there's there's also I feel like there there's a video that Pursuit posted about Bruzel was actually talking about like how if you're distilling your own whiskey, you are you're doing it wrong or something like that. Like you're crazy if you're distilling your own whiskey. And I was like, I mean, to be fair, this is a guy who has his own NDP talking through the channel of a bunch of guys that have their own NDP. Like
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but like we also need to talk about the fact that like distilling whiskey is hard, and we should absolutely, if you are distilling whiskey and making good whiskey, that is worth celebrating.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. And that's why like I pride myself on like giving honest reviews.
mhm.
But I also try not to crap on places
Yeah.
because I understand that there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into
Hmm.
it.
Yep. There's always the human element of distilling, and I mean like, just because something's not for us doesn't mean it's not for someone else. Every whiskey is someone's favorite, and I'm convinced of that
Yeah.
fact.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah.
I also try not to just be like, oh, this is bad whiskey. No, it's not for me. Doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. Like if you like blank, you might like this. But
Another great bottle that I had this year and this one is from a distillery that's kind of up and coming, and they did source this, but this Larrikin Deep Purple,
Okay.
it is a hazmat,
Nice.
100 and it's almost 143 proof,
Nice.
but it is absolutely phenomenal. Um, and I visited Larrikin when I was in
Mhm.
Kentucky, and they gave me more of like a VIP
Yeah.
look, and that was awesome.
Hmm.
I thieved some whiskey out of a barrel that was their own distillate, and the one of the distillers, he's like, I don't know what went right with this barrel, but like this one, he's like everything went right. And when I took a sip of it, I was like, oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but it was cool because like he said the day that he found it, like him and another guy tried a sample out of it
Mm.
and without talking to each other, like it was
Yeah.
totally random. And both of them marked that barrel and put it aside, and they're like, there's just something about this barrel that's like
Yeah.
special. Um, but they just came out with a new gin.
Mm.
That the one guy, he's a Marine veteran, cool dude.
Nice.
His name's Chris, but he created that himself. So they had the Wombat gin for a while.
Mm.
And I'll be honest, I'm not a gin guy. Like,
Same.
um, I'm not a gin guy. Like, I don't like the getting punched in the face with a pine cone type flavor, but I
Yep.
tried his gin that he came up with, and it was pretty good. So next
Nice.
time I'm down there, they just released that. Next time I'm down there, I'm gonna buy some.
Nice. We had a comment earlier. It said, either of you tried Jack 14? Fantastic, in my opinion.
I have not.
I actually have only gotten to try it because of this next comment from Joe Rodriguez. He gave me a sample of it to try, and I've been frantically hunting a bottle since then. The Pennsylvania drop was bonkers, to say the least.
Yeah, when it dropped in Pennsylvania, I was in the middle of one of my busy stretches at
Mm.
work, and I couldn't make it anywhere to buy it.
Well, you wouldn't have known where to go anyway, because they dropped it at the stupidest places. Yeah. Only Drams app says hard to find, especially for a realistic price in my area. Sagamore Double Oaked is delicious. Completely agree. Scott Stutzman says I live close to River Roots and they are doing great things with mostly ryes. They're pretty much under 100 and their graphic design is killer. I will say, River Roots graphic design is killing it.
Yeah.
Their labels are great. I think their rye is really good too. I know 717 did a pick. We were, I believed, trying to decide if we wanted to buy that barrel or not. So, interesting, to say the least.
So, I might be working on a pick
Mm.
with the Reveries, which, if you're not familiar,
Mm-hmm.
is Jay West's brand,
Yep.
Takey or
Yep.
Take, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
I never know how to
Um,
pronounce it either. I just confidently go take and roll with it.
um, but it's cool what he's doing because like he bought those barrels and
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Hey, I really like these,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna let them age more."
Yeah.
Um, so I've been talking to him about doing a pick with him. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. He's he's at least part runner of Shared Pour, and that's where our Sagamore pick is going through. So I've been in contact with him a little bit. Not like buying Reveries, but I've had some really good Reveries picks. He has a 17-year, 8-month called, I believe it was Forget About It. I don't know. It's on my sample shelf. I just recently consolidated my samples, and they're an entire freaking shelf right now. So everything is not where I expect it to be. But it is a very good pick, for sure. What do you think of this last sample?
Very good. Um, as I said, I think it has more of those like traditional. like bourbon notes that you expect and like weeded bourbon notes compared to the other three.
Yeah.
Um and despite the proof, like, I think it drinks well. Like, I'm a proof guy, so it's easy for me to say, but I think it drinks below its proof.
Yeah.
It's easy to drink. I really enjoy this one. So
Yeah. I think it's what 126.5.
yeah.
They're
Yep.
looking at it. So I mean, it's not low proof by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know. To me, like like really truly high proof starts at 130.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I I like like logically I understand that like high proof starts at 120, but for me
Hmm.
like something actually starting to be hot is generally 130 plus.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And if it's really honestly truly hot, it's probably 140 plus, but I don't know. We'll go from there. So tell me, okay, I guess Larrikin is one that I've been really interested on, but I haven't been able to like find any of. Like what would you compare Larrikin to?
Um, so I think the bourbon
Mm-hmm.
compares to, um, I would almost say it compares to like a Heaven Hill.
Okay.
Um, but my favorite expression from them is their high wheat rye.
Mm.
So I believe it's 65% rye, 35% wheat.
Mm.
And I don't really have a good comparison for that because it's kind of a unique mash bill. But that's my favorite expression from them.
I think it's
Um,
actually really similar to what Liberty Pole is doing. I feel like Liberty Pole's Old Nahangahela is like high wheat as well.
yeah.
Let me look that up. Liberty Pole. Um, he sent me. No, it's 13% wheat. So they run a 61% rye, 13% malted rye, 13% wheat, 13% malted barley. So
Okay.
I forget there was somewhere that I had recently. There was a craft distillery that I had that had like 30 some percent wheat. I can't remember what it was though. I know I haven't had any Larrikin. I've been on the lookout for some of their stuff, but I don't know. I'm an out of sight, out of mind kind of person. So if I start buying a bunch of whiskey on the internet, like I will go bankrupt because I like it just doesn't understand. Like it's not a concept to me. So it has to be like I physically buy it with money, or I like start down a slippery slope. So I'm trying not to do that.
Yeah, so cool thing with them is they just bought I want to say 300 acres
Hmm.
behind their property,
Yeah.
which is right next to Wild Turkey if
Yep.
you're not familiar. And their plan is to build more rick houses and expand their capabilities. So
Yeah. They have a very very tiny place. Like I literally I drove by it on the way to Wild Turkey when we were at Kentucky Bourbon Fest last year, and I was like, that says Larrikin. Like I know that name. Crazy.
yep.
So yeah, I'm.
So
Go ahead.
uh, have you had any American light whiskeys?
I've had a ton of American light whiskeys.
So Jay, Woodford Bourbon guy,
Yep.
recently put me onto those,
Mm-hmm.
and so far I am a fan.
Mm.
He sent me some Penelope samples, and I so full disclosure, I don't dislike Penelope bourbon,
Mm.
but I'm not like blown away by it. Like
Same.
I'm never gonna hunt Penelope. Um, it's okay. It's not that good to me. Um, but the Penelope American Light Whiskey was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Um, and got me thinking about it when somebody mentioned River Roots because I know River Roots has some American Light Whiskeys,
Yep.
and um, I might try to get one of those. uh, because I was, yeah, the stuff that he sent me from Penelope, I loved.
Yeah.
So,
Do you know the history between American light whiskey?
a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
So yeah, it was originally, for those who don't know, it was originally a an MGP product when MGP was Seagram's, and Seagram's made it to blend into their Seagram 7. So when Seagram 7 stopped being as popular as it is, they had just barrels of it sitting around, and they do pretty much exclusively in used barrels. So it has a nice, like, it was a whiskey that they used to thin out the bourbon to create a much more palatable Seagram 7. So it's
Hmm.
99% corn, 1% malted barley, and they they basically just ended up having like crazy high age statement ones just sitting around MGP, and then the dude from Cat's Eye, George Nasir, ended up finding some, and he's like, "Look, I want to buy these and sell them as obtainium." So he was really the one that started that whole thing with the Nasser family distillery and Cat's Eye there in Iowa, and then it became like a huge thing to the point where some people now are finishing American light whiskey in buff turkey barrels and calling it Copper Buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've
Yep.
seen that floating around
Yep.
the internet, but that's an onyx and amber thing, and it was a little. The way that they worded their post made it seem like it was a Buffalo Trace product when it is not at all.
Yeah,
So
I just saw that post today.
yeah, it was it was. I ended up messaging them and I was like, "Look, I like you are claiming that this is Buffalo Trace," and they're like, "We're not claiming that it's Buffalo Trace. We already answered this in another post." And I was like, "Well, I didn't see the other post, and nowhere did it say finished on this. It didn't say Buffalo Turkey finished American light whiskey. It said Buffalo Turkey like whiskey. Like, I don't know. I feel like these days you're just trying to throw out like buzzwords and sell whiskey based on that, and that like
Yeah.
it's borderline.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, you wanna find out what this last one is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any guesses?
The is it from Kentucky?
Yes.
The best guess I would have is one of the Larceny batch products, but I don't know.
You're so close. It is a Larceny barrel proof pick. One of the
Ah,
newer
okay.
ones. This is Soluble Spirits pick. So,
Okay.
uh, whoa, click the wrong thing. Yeah, it's. I mean, I think it's a little brash. I think it's a little unbalanced for being larceny, but I think it's still a great expression. Like if you want a single barrel, you're gonna probably like if you're expecting single barrel, you're expecting like very deep, slightly unbalanced flavor, and I think this delivers
Yeah.
that to you very well.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
I
yeah, I like that.
which one's your favorite out of the four?
Um, I think the Larceny might be my favorite.
Okay,
Um, Probably the Larceny and the Makers. Those two stood out the most to me. So
yeah, I was very curious as to how the old fits would go over. I know it's
yeah,
like it's one of those that like it seems like you either love it or you hate it, and I
yeah,
think I honestly think that the Old Fitz 7 is better than this Old Fitz 10 decanter series, or at least
yeah,
it's close. I mean, at some point I will probably have to end up doing a blind to figure out if that's true or not.
yeah,
But um, I think it's an overrated whiskey at worst,
yeah,
and I think it's not something that I would chase at best.
yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't pay. Well, I definitely wouldn't pay secondary for the old fits.
Yeah.
Um, if I was lucky enough to get a distillery release and get it at MSRP, yeah, I
Yeah.
probably would. But
The distillery releases are just so different. Like they're just head and shoulders better than the
yeah,
actual like green or black labels.
yep,
I had a little bit of Old Fitz 19 last night, and it's just it's not to me as good as the 13. I know it's almost sacrilegious to say so, but like they made a bold claim with the 13 that they found the perfect blend, and they vatted it for 12 years, and upon tasting it I was like, they might actually have been right.
yeah,
So
yep.
yeah, I tasting back through these, I think I like the Green River weeded. I wouldn't say the most. I think I still probably like the Cellar Age the most. For me, it's probably Cellar Age, Green River, Larceny, and then the Old Fitz. But
Mm.
I think there's definitely a case to be made for those last three being closer than they probably should be.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that.
What do you got coming next on your YouTube channel? What projects are you working on?
So I think I'm gonna post a blind of the. I have three different Blue Label
Mm,
bottles.
mm,
So one of them being the pick that I did, and I think I'm gonna do a blind with one of those. Um, which selfishly, if you don't mind,
no, go for it.
I think there's only a couple of them left. This was the pick that I did with uh Woodford Bourbon Guy, Oak City Bourbon,
Mm,
Bourbon Nomad, Bourbon Big Dog Smokers. Selfishly, I think this bottle is phenomenal. And if you're on TikTok, like the reviews are out there, like it's a great bottle. So I'm probably gonna do a blind with those. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've just been so busy with work. I don't have anything necessarily planned other than that.
I get that.
Um, yeah, I definitely think my YouTube, I'm gonna be focusing more on bourbon reviews and stuff like that. So
Okay.
whereas like the TikTok and Instagram is more like fresh cracks and stuff like that. So which I think to give a true review on a bottle, like, you need to have the bottle at least like half of the way down to give like a true review on it.
Okay. I don't know that, like, especially the way that I do things, I don't know that I do that. Like, I think it has to at least be open, I would say, a couple weeks to really
Yeah.
get there. I'm going to drop in chat the link to your single barrel. Switch counts, John Whiskey, so it doesn't
Yeah, and
block
the,
the
the
link.
the guy who owns the liquor store, he said there's not many left.
Okay.
So, like, if it's something you're interested in, like, get it before it's gone. But yeah, the reviews are definitely out there. So,
Yeah, it is a Preet Liquors, so I've dropped the link if you guys are at all interested. There is also a. Does he still have that 100 proof one that you can bundle them and do shipping?
yep, yep,
So yeah, if you're at all interested in Old Forester single barrels, the Preet's Liquor one, it sounds really fantastic. Uh, I would. I have been purposely trying not to spend money on whiskey recently, or I would have had one of these already. But I
yep,
know I have several picks that I was a part of coming up that I need to purchase, need to get a couple of. So I've been
yep,
prioritizing that. It is absolutely no offense. I'm sure it's fantastic. I've heard a bunch of people say really great stuff about it. So if
yep.
anyone in the comments is interested, there it is. Um, all right, I think we're to the point where I'm gonna say goodnight to Cody, and then we're gonna do our giveaways. So Cody has generously decided to add to the chat tonight, the chat wheel, which we're giving away hats. We're giving away pours from Joel Rye. Actually, we're giving away Cody's pours tonight on both free and paid So that is the Old Fitz, the Maker's Cellar Aged, the Green River, and the Larceny. We're giving away a Whistle Pig Minis 3-pack, which is a lot of fun. I think I bought that like 4 years ago. I just found it at the back of my closet, and it's all still sealed. So figured that's a fun one to give away. And then you are adding something to that. You want to show the people what you're adding?
Yep, we've got this Old Forester grain label. Fits with the Joel Rye
Mm-hmm.
theme on John's channel. 128 proof. I got 2 bottles. I have one open behind me, and I love Old Forester, and I think the grain labels are consistently good. So it's a
Absolutely.
pretty good bottle.
Yeah. I've had pours out of a couple of them, and it seems like they're trickling out faster now, which is sweet. So
Yep,
thank you for providing that to people. I think that's a great addition to tonight. Uh,
absolutely.
Cody, it's been fun.
Yep. Yeah,
Thank you
thanks for
for
having me.
thanks for spending your time with me on a Sunday night drinking on the internet, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Alrighty, hey, I'll catch you later, man.
All right, have a good one.
Peace out. All right, so I'm gonna bring up the wheel here. Probably should have done this ahead of time. Would have been smart. Paid wheel giveaway. Nope, that's not it. That's it. Comments wheel. Done. It is being dumb today. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna do comments real quick, then we're gonna give away a bottle. First off, we've got this hat, or a all black one if you would prefer. So we're gonna give that away to the comments. We've got 14 names in the comments. I'm gonna shuffle those up a good bit. We've done it several times now. So we're gonna give that away, and we're gonna spin for that. And that is going to the one and only Bourbon Besties. Actually, there's 2 of them, so I guess it's the 2 and only. I don't know how that works. Thank you to them. They were in early on this. And then we've got a 4-pack of pours that Cody tried tonight, which are Old Fitz 10, Maker's Mark Cellar Aged, blanking even though they're right below me, the Green River Weeded, and the Larceny Barrel Proof. So we will be giving away 2 packs of those. This one is going to the people in chat. So let's give that away. And that is going to Johnny Dean. All right, let me actually write this down so I don't have to rewatch this live stream. Not that I don't like watching myself again, but it's easier to remember this way. So pours going to Johnny. And Johnny, you're going to have to hit me with your address because I know you just moved. Also, I owe you other stuff, so we'll get that all settled up at one time. All right, we're giving away this 3-pack of Whistle Pig Rye Pours that has the 10, the 12, and the 15. This is the best way to try them. So that is going to Scott Stutzman. Scott, if you could hit me up either on Instagram or here on YouTube so that I can get your address and ship those to you, that would be fan-freaking-tastic. Going to Scott. All right, and then finally, this is actually Cody's edition. It is the Old Forester Single Barrel Barrel Proof Rye, and that is going to Beasties 23. So I will get that brought to me, and then I'll get that to you, sir. So congratulations on that. Yeah, this makes for great television, and I apologize for that. All right, so On the paid tier, we're switching wheels here. We have 21 names. We've got new additions tonight from Only Drams, and then we've got Andy Gonzalez and Andres Gonzalez. Added to the wheel. We're going to hit shuffle a bunch of times. So, 22 in total. Special thanks to Joe Unfiltered for gifting, I think it was 10 subs to people, including Pizza Warlord, who is a common commenter here on Gentleman of Whiskey. And then, so that is, we're starting out with pours from tonight for Justin Arell. He was at my house earlier, and he is on a 3-week winning streak of stuff. So congratulations to him on that. Also, we have stickers. I don't have them beside me, but they are the Santa Glen Goes to the Beach stickers. So we have one that is a holographic, and then we have another that is just the whole Summer Vibes collection, and we will give that away to the one and only Nate Horst, who has been a supporter of the channel and actually was on the channel for a long time. Might end up being back on the channel in August, so stay tuned for that. And then finally, the Pièce de Résistance. After I write stuff down. Nate. Giving away a bottle you can no longer get. This is the 717 Bourbon Society Knob Creek pick. It is called Breakin' Amish, but somehow I did not get a sticker for the back of it, so I will see if maybe Brad has an extra of those stickers that I can stick to the back. Either way, it is a fantastic bottle of whiskey. Definitely one that is worthwhile. I enjoy it immensely, so we're going to give that away. And that one is going to Mark Glass. I know he was in the last live stream. I'm not sure if he's here today. So if you are Mark or you know Mark, get him to send me an email at gentlemanofwhiskey@gmail.com. And we'll make sure to get you a bottle. Thank you all for watching tonight. Thank you. Special thanks to Cody, Bourbon Battalion. If you are not following him, in the description for this video, it has a link to his YouTube. Go to his YouTube. Find him on Instagram. Find him on TikTok. If you have either of those, he's worthwhile. He's a great watch. So definitely recommend you go check him out if you like this content. Thank you for watching. We hope you check out our other videos, and we hope you'll join us in Drinking Like a Gentleman. Cheers.